All right, today we're gonna go over how to make a burnt American flag. Not that kind. A burnt American flag.
All right.
There's a lot of ways you can make an American flag out of scrap wood. You could paint them. This is a different kind of flag. It's actually burnt with a propane torch and then lightly burnt where the white would be. So the red stripes are burnt all the way. The white ones are going to be burnt partially just to give it a little bit of character. And then what I did is I bought these stars. You can get them on Amazon or at your local craft shop. This flag, in the middle, I put the red stripe. It's a fireman flag. You can do a blue stripe for the police, or you can do just leave it white for a regular American flag. But you'll see these online, typically selling for about $300. Or you can make it yourself, and you'll find a lot of videos that tell you it's going to take you 3 hours or 4 hours. But honestly, you should be able to make a burnt American flag in about an hour, hour and a half. And we're going to show you how to do it here at Natural Beauty Fence. The first thing you need to do is obviously find yourself some good pieces of wood to make your flag. Luckily here at Natural Beauty Fence, we have an endless supply of scrap wood. If you're not so lucky, you can usually find good pieces of wood. People throw things away like pallets. You can cut an old pallet down, or you could stop at a local fence company or any kind of a store that deals with making anything out of wood. They'll probably be more than happy to throw away some of their scrap with you, probably for free. Because otherwise, if I wasn't making a flag out of this, I'd be paying to dump it at the garbage. So first thing you do is get the old wood. Then what you want to do is figure out how big you want to make the flag. The flag we're going to make today is for a friend of ours, and he wants something a little bit smaller than the one I just showed you. So we're going to make it 24 inches long, and we're going to bake it about 14 and a half inches wide. So I already did the math. We're going to cut these obviously at 24 inches long, and we're going to make each picket, each stripe is going to be about 1 1/8 inches. So what we're going to do now is rip these down to 1 1/8 inches. Okay, what we're going to do now is cut 13 pieces of wood to 1 1/8 inches. I'm using a table saw with a fence attached. I'm going to wear my safety goggles. I'm going to wear a mask. So we got our boards here. Now we're going to lay out the flag. I always cut a few extra in case we make a mistake with burning. So I have about 15 or 16 1 1/8 inch strips. The rest of this, I don't want to waste it. I'll put it in this little box down here, and we are going to put it online and ask anybody in town if they would like to come and get it for their fire pit. We have our 13 pickets lined up over here. What we're going to do is I already marked off where the 7th picket is, and the blue and the stars are usually a third of what the overall length is. So since these are 24, we need 8 inches for the stars. So I'm going to measure over 8 inches. Then I'm going to take a speed square, and I'm going to put it up on top here, and I'm going to draw a line at 8 inches. Make sure everything is over to the side, and I'm going to measure 8 inches. And okay, so I know when I make the when I burn the wood on the red, I'm just going to burn the entire thing, but on the white part, I'm only going to burn from here over where the stars are, because this isn't going to get burnt a lot for the white. You'll see in a few minutes when Alex starts burning wood.
Now we are going to burn the stripes. So we separated our red stripes. These are getting burned completely. And over here we have our white stripes, which are only getting burned partially. And this one we set aside because we're gonna paint this red. This is gonna be our fireman stripe.
Station 51, man trip, 2218 North Hill. 2218 North Hill.
Make that 3490 Sunrise Highway. Alex has taken the torch.
Station 51, 10-4, KMG 365.
What is this dialogue?
And then just because I don't want any white to show, I'm just gonna do it. Doesn't have to be all the way, just a little bit on the side, so no white shows, especially for the red part. So go show them how much, just a little bit on the side. The only one where you gotta do the complete side is gonna be the top one and the bottom, because you're gonna see it when it's done, okay? So now I'm done with my second red one. And I'm gonna get my next red one. Okay, I always find it's easier to do all the red ones first. Now we have to burn the star part of the three white ones. I don't want to torch anything on this side, so what I do as a trick is I use my speed square. I'll go along that line with the speed square, and now I'm only going to burn what's on this side of the speed square. If you don't have a speed square, take a piece of aluminum foil and just wrap the aluminum foil. Once I got that line, I could move the speed square out of the way, and then I could just concentrate on burning this. And I'm just going to burn the rest of this. And even if you go over the line, don't worry about it. It just adds to the character of the flag. But so far we got, I'd say, about a half an hour invested in making this flag. All said and done, you should be able to do this in about an hour and a half tops, and you'll have a nice rustic flag. That's my last white one. So you see how the flag is coming out so far? Now remember, we said this one is going to be a fireman flag. So what we have here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one should be white, like this, but it's not going to be white. We're going to paint this one red because it's going to be a fireman flag. So let's do that now, Alex. All right, I just cut 2 pieces of scrap to use as a frame for this flag. So what I'm going to do, lining this so that I can make sure all my nails go in without having to draw a line. I'm just using this as a guide. I'm going to find the center of my my patch, just going from corner to corner. I can find the center. It's going to be right about there. I'm just going to make sure my circle goes around all 7. And now I'm just going to draw a circle. Okay, so now I have a circle, and I can take my 13 stars and kind of just space them by eye. Now I'm going to take my glue, and I'm going to glue on the stars. And don't worry about it smearing. When it dries, you won't even see it. We're almost done. What we're going to do now is put the final burn on the flag. We don't want to burn the white too much. We just want to touch it a little bit. We're just going to put a little bit of a burn on there. Just a little bit, just to give it some character. Now the last thing is I got to do the stars, just a little bit. I don't want to kill the stars because these thin stars that I bought on Amazon, if you torch them too much, they'll just burn completely. So we're just going to touch them, just a little bit. I'm going to put this on here You notice how my hands keep getting blackened from all the ash going on my hands. Once you polyurethane this, most of that is going to stay on. It's not going to come off again. Take notice of the red stripe after it's polyurethane. It's going to look so much better. And we're going to do 2 coats of polyurethane for this. So let's give this a little bit of time to dry. We're going to give it 1 more coat, and then tomorrow the buyer is coming to pick it up. And that's a wrap. A burnt American flag